Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Southern Dirt. My name is Summer, and in this episode I'll be giving you an update of all of our fruiting trees on the property, our orchard, our food forest, and I can't wait to show you all of our 125 fruiting trees. We'll also be showing you some wild foods that we have growing wild on the back of our property that we love to use and forage. So we'll just jump into this video, and if you have any questions along the way, please make sure to drop them below. Any conversations that happen in the comment section actually help boost this video, so that's something that you can do to help my channel. And of course, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. Happy spring, everyone. I know it's been a long time since I've done a food forest, fruit tree, and orchard tour for you guys, and thought I would do one today. And this is my prize possession here. This is my mulberry orchard. All these mulberries I propagated, basically took a twig from our first mulberry tree, stuck them in some soil, and grew all of these from little cuttings from our mulberry tree. I believe we have about 40, and it brings so much joy to our family. This is our 7th year growing these, and they do so well. They produce so much. So if you guys are looking for something to grow in Florida that's going to produce a lot of fruit for you, mulberries are definitely the way to go. Every so often I do put out posts where we sell cuttings, typically when they are not fruiting in their dormant stage, but every time we trim these back, they produce more. We probably trim them back, depending on how excited my husband gets with trimming these, about 3 times a year. Now, you don't have to trim them back. I'll show you our mother tree here in a little bit, where we didn't trim it at all this year, and there is so much fruit on it. The only reason we trim our trees is so we're able to access them and be able to pick them easier. So these are all of those trees that you're looking at, and they are just full of fruit. And you want to pick these when they are black. My youngest likes to pick them when they're red because she says they're sour, and she likes sour. What you're looking at on this side is our vineyard. My husband and I always wanted a vineyard. 15 years ago, my husband and I got married, and we went on a honeymoon, and we went to Italy and Europe area on a little cruise and absolutely loved the countryside. So we always wanted to have a countryside like that, and I'll just tell you that it has been a journey. Right now they're in a dormant stage, as you can see. You will see some, here you go, a little bit of leaves starting to come up. They're definitely difficult to take care of. We have wild vines along our fence here, just wild muscadine grapes, which we do nothing to, and they produce so well by doing nothing to it. But these are quite finicky. They are all muscadines that we planted here, but eventually what we plan to do is propagate more mulberries, put them here, and I do want to add some fruit trees. We have a lot of citrus that we plan on pulling up. It's just really tough to keep citrus. A lot of these trees were given to us and transplants over the years, but we do plan to get rid of those. Over here you are looking at my olive tree. I believe this is about the 2nd or 3rd year I've had this tree. It has not produced yet, and I'm looking forward to it producing. If you guys have any tips or tricks for me on how to get this to produce, or maybe I need to be fertilizing it a little better, that would be helpful. I hear they take quite a lot of time to grow, so maybe it's just a waiting process. What we will be doing this week actually is putting down new mulch. We mulched our front yard, and we'll be mulching the garden. So we're basically putting wood chips all along the edges here. We used to have, we try to do that every couple years. So we'll be putting that down, and that helps keep the moisture in the ground where it's supposed to be. And then we don't have to water as much, and of course helps keep the weeds down, as you can see. So what you're looking at here is our mother mulberry tree, and this tree has got to be at least 12 years old or more. Now this is the tree we did not trim back, and as you can see, it is full of fruit. everywhere. Oh, we may have a little black one in here. We found a few black ones, almost, that are ready. But the only trouble here is it's really hard for us to get to the top. So yes, we could probably get some ladders and try to get the fruit down, but the birds, we feed the birds up top and then we get the bottom part. And I also recommend, if you're going to do any kind of fruit trees, make sure you get an extra one, because you're going to have animals coming to eat your fruit. And that would, if I could do anything over, again, I would have gotten 2 fruit trees per every tree that we've got. That way we can ensure at least we get some, and the birds do too. So I'm really excited to show you guys my mini chainsaw from Seesii. I have been looking for mini chainsaws for a while now, and I absolutely hate asking my husband to trim back our trees and wait on him to do small jobs that I feel like I can handle. So I'm so excited now that I actually have my own and I can use it anytime. I don't have to worry about waiting on him to get a job done. I can just get the job done myself. So here's a video of me using this Seesii mini chainsaw. As you can see, it's so easy to use. When I opened the box, it was so easy to figure out the parts to put together. It took no time to charge the battery, and I have been using it for most of the day, and still the battery is at full charge. I absolutely recommend this mini chainsaw from Seesii, and I hope that you take a look at them too. I do have a 20% coupon code that you can use with the Amazon link in the description below. Mexican sunflowers. So we'll be cutting all those back. They've been really great pollinators, and they also provide fertilizer for our food forest. So you can actually cut this back and put the cuttings under the trees. It helps keep the moisture in, also keeps weeds down, and then fertilizes. So if you are thinking about creating a food forest, you definitely want to have Mexican sunflowers. Now I have to tell you, they do get kind of crazy, so you do have to trim them back every so often. We have propagated these and put them on the part of our property, so as people drive by they can see really cool sunflowers. So they are a lot of fun. Here we have a mango tree. Not sure how old this one is, but we have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 mango trees, and we're not even sure of the varieties. Some were given to us, and we know we have 1 wild one. But as of right now, this one is not throwing flowers. They all throw flowers at different times, and I'll show you the other varieties here in a minute. Over here we have a dragon fruit, and I have a cactus here. I can't remember the name of it, but it froze back, as you can see. This year I planted a new dragon fruit because it froze back a couple years ago, and I was really just hoping that it would come back. It just took forever, so this is one I propagated, and it's doing just well. But this cactus you can actually chop up, cook. My friend actually gave this to me, and she brought it over and gave me a piece of it to propagate. She cooked it up in the pan and made some tacos with it. We also made some cactus water with it that has all kinds of nutritional properties in it. So this is something, and if I wish I knew the name of it, and if I can find it, I'll put it in the screen there. Over here we have a Barbados cherry. It's a little sick. I really need to come out here and spray it with some neem oil. But this produces multiple times a year, and our kids love picking them. They give these really beautiful pink flowers. It can actually be a nice ornamental tree because it doesn't get really bad and it doesn't require much trimming back. So we're actually thinking about adding one of these to our chicken coop to provide shade, but then also we could feed the cherries to the chickens. Now this right here is a avocado tree that my father propagated over 15 years ago. He has since passed, and I've been waiting for this tree to produce. And it's thrown flowers the last 4 years, and it is throwing flowers like crazy this year. Look at these flowers. So I am hoping, I am praying that we might get some avocados this year. I mean, flowers everywhere. So we do have a neighbor that has an avocado tree over here on this property. She also has a star fruit I gotta show you as well. She's been letting us hop the fence and pick the star fruit, and our kids have really been enjoying it. But so I'm really excited to see if we can get some avocados this year. So you'll have to stay tuned. I will be planning on posting a follow-up video to this early summer, because that's when we have a lot of our fruit actually coming into harvest. Right here we have a guava tree, and this one is very sick too. It's got some powdery mildew on it. This typically happens every year. Now, usually we wait for nature to take over, and usually ladybugs come and lay their eggs and take care of the problem. So before I ever spray anything, I kind of look underneath the leaves to see if they have arrived. And unfortunately, I don't see any, and this tree, I do not want to get any sicker. So we will spray some neem oil on this, and it will start flowering here within the month. Now here is our wild mango tree that we have. It started to throw some flowers, but a lot of them dried up. We've had some funky weather. We had really cold weather. Oh, I got some flowers up here. And then really hot weather, but you can see right there are some flowers. Oh, hi! Here's our wild muscadine vine that runs along our fence. You can see that there's just starting tiny little grapes. They're just coming out of their dormant stage. Here's my neighbor's starfruit tree. She lets us harvest as many as we'd like. And they produce so much fruit. This is just a few I picked today. They're coming towards the end of their season. Looks like it has just a few more handfuls of fruit on it. But if you were looking for a tree to produce a lot of fruit and you like starfruit, this is definitely a tree to have in the state of Florida. They're really cool. When you cut them, they look like stars. So over here is another guava tree. These trees, actually, our guavas were given to us. They were actually on a property, I believe my brother-in-law had just bought, and they didn't want the trees, nor do they want to take care of them because they wouldn't be living there for a while. So we said, hey, we'll dig them up and transplant them. So a lot of our trees on our property have been transplants or trees that nobody wanted, or my husband rescued from a demolition job on someone's property that did not want it. So this one is actually a miniature or a small guava. This one isn't as sick as the other guava plant is, but it could use some attention and some neem oil. So we will be taking care of that also today in our spring cleaning with the mulching and the trimming of vines. We have grapevines that are growing up into our trees. So we'll be trimming those with my new mini chainsaw that I'm excited about. Underneath this mango tree, we have all kinds of pineapples. And all these pineapples are pineapple tops that we have saved from pineapples that we have purchased in the grocery store. And anytime those pineapples produce, we save those tops and plant them back into the ground. Now I kind of got a little excessive with our pineapple plants. We got them all through there, through here. And I just stopped planting. We just started putting ours in cups, but I cannot for the life of me throw a pineapple top away. So we just hand them to friends, and my daughters will sell them at plant shows and whatnot. Above us is our other mango tree. Last year was its, 8th year, and it actually did produce some fruit. You can see some tiny little budding sticks. Oh, wait, I see flowers way up there. I see some flowers up there that are coming out. So a whole lot more flowers than we had the previous year. And that's what I've noticed with any fruit tree. The first year you'll get a little bit of fruit. The following year, much more fruit, and so on. So, wow, look at that. Look at those flowers right there. There they are. Oh, that's so exciting. Awesome. So stay tuned to that harvest. Hopefully we can keep the squirrels off of them. So right here is our loquat tree. And as you can see, oh, I don't know, this tree is not much taller than me. It's probably a 10-foot tree. My husband likes to come through and hack the trees to where we don't let them grow too tall, and that actually makes them grow a little bit wider. It makes it easier for us to harvest. So that is what we do for these types of trees. The mangoes typically grow really, really tall, so just the trunk of that one is taller than me, so we wouldn't want to cut it too short. So that one is a much taller tree that we have. And these just finished fruiting. And I'll show you, here's one. They give off really pretty flowers. I actually grew up with a loquat tree in my backyard. My brother and I climbed in the loquat tree. So this is a very easy fruit tree to grow, and I totally recommend growing a loquat if you are in Florida. We have more pineapple plants here, and here is a mango tree that is just wrapped up in grapevines. These are actually muscadine vines that are growing along this fence, and those grapes come in August, and I'll be cutting those vines off here today. And you can see this one was the first one to fruit. So my other ones aren't fruiting, they're in a flowering stage, and some aren't even flowering yet. But you can see we've got tiny little fruits coming here. Now originally all these were flowers, and these were the only ones that are actually turning into fruit. But again, this one flowered for the first time last year. It was just a little bit. Now it has tons of flowers on it, so I'm really excited to see what happens there. Now we're going to take you to my garden and show you my blueberry bushes, show you our banana bushes, which are on a different property, and show you some wild foods that are growing on the property as well. Here is our moringa tree. We actually have several moringa trees. Here are their flowers, and their seed pods are right here. We got more seed pods over there. I've since propagated a couple that are just starting off, and we have another one down the way over here. So here's my 1,100 square foot garden. And if this is the first time you're joining me, I have a ton of garden tours sharing my journey through gardening and learning and growing all kinds of wonderful things. And here are my blueberry bushes. I think we have about 40 or so blueberry bushes that wrap our garden. It's almost like our fence that wraps around. And we enjoy eating blueberries. And they're so much better when they are fresh from your bushes. Oh, look at the flowers. They're so pretty. So these are just starting to come in. Just a month ago, they all looked like they were dying. And it's amazing what can happen in a month between having fruit trees, of course, and any kind of growing any kind of fruit. So over here on this side of our garden, we have passion fruit growing. And what I did is I planted our passion fruit vine right next to this tree because I knew the vine would grow really long. This is actually a passion fruit that a friend gave me. It is not a wild passion fruit. They are totally different. If you eat a wild passion fruit, they are not good. But this is our passion fruit, and the vine has been producing like crazy. So if you have not grown passion fruit, they are full of vitamin C, and I love taking a glass of water and some ice and just putting the passion fruit, the inside of passion fruit in it, and it just gives you this beautiful, yummy, fresh drink packed full of vitamin C, and it's pleasing to the eye. If I can, I'll put a picture in the screen to show you. But this has grown all the way into this tree. Oh yeah, right here. Right here. Yep, there you go. We have the vine growing into this tree here. And I guess that they produce for a couple years. So we'll just harvest our fruit and let it grow. We don't fertilize or anything. That one I don't even think is hooked up to irrigation. So we've been very lucky with growing passion fruit. The weather is so beautiful right now. We are heading into, oh, butterfly. We are heading into our back pasture. This pasture is where we keep our cows. Right now we have our cows. We're rotating them onto different properties that are next to our home. But right through here, we discovered wild blueberries. So I'm going to show you that. So here's a wild blueberry tree. And this is a very mucky area. Most of the time you can't even walk through here because it's just really wet. But they do put off these tiny little blueberries. See them? And what we'll do probably in a couple more months is come back here and just pick them. These are the best when we throw them in muffin mix. Oh, look these are the flowers. Look how pretty that is. So ever since then, I've been wanting to graft these because I've tried to propagate them in soil and they will not take. So we've been wanting to graft them. So I promise pretty soon I'll be putting a video together of showing how I'm going to graft some of these trees because we do plan on moving in a few years, 5 years, 10 years. We have bought another property to downsize with. As our children get older and move out, we have too big of a property and too big of a home that we want to take care of. So we want to be able to take all these fruit trees, all these wild trees with us. So at some point, I promise we'll put that video together. And I'm curious if that's even a video that you would like to see. Let me know in the comment section below. The property where we have our banana trees and all of our additional wild fruits. Right over here, we have elderberry, which is huge for our family. We look forward to harvesting their flowers and their fruits every year. You can find elderberry on the side of the roads. A lot of highways, back roads have them. You just need to look for these beautiful flowers and the very dark purple fruits. I'm gonna see if we can find some, but we have it all along this side of our property, little spots here and there. Really, it's all over in different parts of our property. We make elderberry tinctures and elderberry juice. Pretty much use elderberry in anything, and it will cut a cold in 3 days. We always like to make our elderberry syrup, and I actually put a quick video together of how we make ours if you want to see that, and I'll drop that video in the description below. So here are our banana trees. They are spread out everywhere, and we did not plant these. These were on the property when we bought it. Right now we have the cows on this property, and originally the cows didn't eat the banana trees, but since we went into the fall, there was less grass, they started eating the banana leaves, which is fine. They're just trimming them back. We have plenty of leaves, fresh leaves coming up top, and they're not messing with our bananas. So we have loads of bananas throughout our banana forest over here. There's some more, a little pod there. This is one of my favorite trails on the property where we have blackberries growing, and I will show you that here in a minute. So here's what we call Blackberry Lane, because this is the lane and trail where we find a lot of our blackberries. So they are just starting at the flowering stages right now, and you can see their flowers all throughout. And they're so good, and those are usually, we're usually picking those late spring, and they are just so good. And we have them everywhere. We're so blessed to have them just in our backyard to be able to harvest. Oh wow, look, some of these blackberries are already coming in. We actually harvest blackberries for a few months. So you can actually continue to harvest through the season, depending on what color they are. and what stage they're in. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed and learned something along the way. If you want to see more content like this, please make sure you subscribe. I also have a 1,100 square foot garden that I love sharing what I'm learning and giving you an update every month of what we're planting and how everything is doing. I absolutely have a passion for growing things, foraging things, and growing our own garden and having a sustainable lifestyle here on our farm and property. So, and if you have any questions, please drop them below. And any affiliate sales that you bring to my channel from my link tree all goes back into the garden that we love to grow and all of our fruit trees. We're looking to purchase some peach trees. So anything that you purchase from any of our products that we love and use, that helps support the channel. And I appreciate all the support that you guys have given me over the years. Whew, it is hot today. But thank you again, and we will see you in the next one. You guys have a blessed day.